Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Chronicles of the Coast, where we do our best to bring you the adventures that the Wizards of the Coast dreams up. And this time, we're bringing you Dragonlance, Shadows of the Dragon Queen.
Right.
And yeah, it's super fun. You should check out the book if you haven't. Check out some of the artwork. We'll be displaying some of it on and off on the stream. So check out our Twitch page for that. I wanted to take just a quick second to acknowledge some of the hard work that goes on behind the scenes here at Chronicles of the Coast. Our man Chris spends a lot of time putting in the effort to make sure that the audio and the video sounds good. Pretty much everything that we do here at Chronicles of the Coast is done in-house. We really do our best to try and put things together with our own skills, and a lot of those come from Chris. So I just kind of want to take a second to acknowledge the work that he does, the Twitch layout that you're looking at, all that awesome knot work and everything. Chris helped with that. There's a really awesome logo that we used, kind of inspired by the original Dragonlance logo, and we've got our Chronicles of the Coast name in there. TJ put that together for us. He spent some time making sure that that all looked nice and looked right. So we really try hard to use the skills that we have and bring you a nice stream. We don't get paid to do this, not yet. And
Subscribe.
Subscribe, hit the bell. If you got an Amazon Prime account, you get a free subscription to any Twitch channel every month. You do have to resubscribe every month. It's not recurring, so you got to go back in and do it again. But we sure appreciate it if you do take the time to do that. So with that being said,
Because after 2 years or so of streaming, we scrounged up enough to get lapel mics, so it just goes directly back into the stream. It's really helpful.
yeah, we don't go buy Ferraris with it.
Also, the music that we have purchased for this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that have really stepped forward and helped us out. It's kind of hard to, think of them all, to be truthful. We've got a really great guy, a friend that I met. He lives in Greece. His name's Alex Rapticus. Nunbull on YouTube, Nunbul. And you can go on there and you can check out his page. He's got music, he's got art. He doesn't do art that much anymore, but he does for sure do music, and he takes commissions. So we can drop a link in the chat or on the YouTube video to his page. We've also been kind enough to have been gifted. We've been lucky enough to have been gifted by a very kind person named Tessa Presents Maps on Facebook. You can check her out. Basically what she does is anytime there's a new module for Wizards of the Coast, she goes in and just roars 90 maps for every single encounter, location. I mean, if there's a stop that the book mentions, she makes a map for it. And she's got maps for virtual tabletop, printable with grids, without grids, and very inexpensive price-wise and high-quality maps. So I would definitely recommend you check out Tessa Presents Maps. Tessa, thank you. I know you're probably not watching this right now, but one day you might. And if you do, you'll see this. But either way, we really appreciate all the hard work and effort that goes into this. And, not to leave out the rest of our group, John, he's like the glue that holds the story together. He brings it to life. That little notebook that you see in front of him is filled with lore, notes, pictures, diagrams. I mean, just all the stuff that you would ever really need to feel like a world is being breathed to life and a party has glue and roots. And our new player, Ryan, we're really enjoying having you at the table. And, he's super modest. Don't let him fool you. But he's definitely provided a lot of behind-the-scenes effort. There's a very nice map that's under that book right there that he helped bring to the table for us, along with a lot of other things. So we he brings the sweet nothings, as you can tell. But at any rate,
Jesse, Brittany, and Perth.
Yeah, I mean, the list never ends. We've got art that you can find all throughout our history of streaming that has been provided to us by local artists from across the seas. Our former DM, Jesse, his wife has done a lot of cool art and stuff for us. She actually made this awesome mug right here.
And the mimic behind
and the
which is
mimic
super cool.
behind me, and I think there's some other things that she made
Tons.
too. There's
the
I stole them.
shambling mound up
yeah,
there.
there's a
Some
shambling
really
mound
sweet
over
stuff.
there, and you can check her out at Marizo's
Marizo's
Curios. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on TikTok. I believe she's on Etsy under the same. So, don't be shy. Go check these people out if you're watching, and give them a like or a support, or even just comment on something that you think is cool. All that really goes a long way to helping out creators like us and them. And with that being said, I would like to take a moment to introduce our players for the evening. Once again, we've got Chris, and he's going to be playing Kresh.
I'll do a little intro if you don't mind.
Yeah, do an intro, man.
Cool. So my character is going to be testing the new D&D 1 Bard, Lore Bard. So the rules that I'm using are maybe not something that everybody is familiar with. If you have any questions, type them in comments. I'm happy to get back to you guys. It's pretty different than the old version. Getting access to some spells that I didn't have before, and it's just really interesting. So moving along with that, and Kinder, which I've never played before. So I have a kind of a high voice, and I'm really fun, and I really like my party, and we're gelling together, and we're gonna do it, okay? Like, it's gonna be fun. I'm trying not to be too Morty, but it's gonna come out.
Yeah, it's going to come out. There's no way to avoid it. Just real quick, for those of you who don't know, Kender is a race specific to the world of Kryn. They're kind of a mix and a cross between like a gnome and a tiny elf. They have high energy, and they are kind of generally reviled across the various different continents. They don't have the best reputation, and so that's something that our friend Chris here, is going to be facing on and off throughout this campaign. That does bring us next to John, who's going to be playing Sir Guppy Grimwolf. Why don't you take it away, John?
I'm Guppy Grimwolf. First in his name of the House of Grimwolf. I am playing our fighter, hopefully one day to be an Echo Knight. I know it's from the Wildmount campaign, and it's been a little bit of adjudications to get the rules correctly, and I'm always coming up with different ways to cheat the system in the game. I push the bounds, and it annoys the heck out of my fellow players and my DM. And to my right,
I'm not headbanging. I'm agreeing. Definitely agreeing. I'm Rose Grimwolf. I am playing a white mage, brother to Troublemaker Grimwolf. We're just going to call him that now, forever. Yeah, and I'm hoping to one day become a mage of the White Tower. Yeah. To my right is Shep.
Yeah, I play the Shepherd. I am the group's healer, playing a cleric of Habakkuk, a little bit rare in our world since the gods have been missing for a while, and divine magic has also been lacking. So I'll be working through that throughout the game. We've definitely run into a few issues with it, so we'll all grow together.
Yeah, just a quick note on just a small piece of lore, 2 pieces of lore actually, for the world of Dragonlance, is that the gods have left about 300 years ago due to some hubris of some of the goodly nations. They left the world of Kryn to their own devices for 300 years, and in their absence, godlessness and faithlessness has flourished. Now, at the start of this campaign, they have returned. And so that is going to cause a huge flux and a lot of change on the world of Kryn. And there will be certain individuals who are the shepherds of that new path. And he is one of them. Another note, the wizards on Kryn typically all belong to or are hunted down by an order called the Mages of High Sorcery. You either join or die. And that is essentially what our friend Rose Grimwolf is referring to when he says that he is aspiring to be a mage of the White Robes. So, with that being said, let's dive in to this week's episode. When last we left our players, they were journeying to the city of Vogler to attend the funeral of their dear friend Ispin Greenshield, who sadly passed, before they were able to see him one final time after being freed from prison. And They are now on their way there, and on the path towards the city of Vogler, they have run into some foul creatures that they know to be draconians. They don't know where they're from, but they do know who they serve, and it is not the forces of good. They have come across these creatures on a scene of slaughter. They killed 4 knights of Salamnia, once famed heroes of the land, but have since fallen into a little bit of revulsion, if you will, because they didn't save the world from the cataclysm like the people thought that they should have done. But they do still stand fast in the face of dangers, and that's what these brave knights were doing when they were killed by these draconians. Our heroes came upon them after being led there by a semi-trustworthy little boy named Reese. Upon arriving at the scene of slaughter, a couple of the draconians barked out some orders, fled, and left 2 others to fight. Our players managed to take one of them down and capture a second. And with that, they have resumed their journey towards Last Larch Creek, which is the final leg before they're able to reach Vogler. And it is on that backdrop with the creek essentially in front of you and bound and tied draconian waters kind of rushing. It's a bit of a fast-moving creek. It's probably about 4 feet wide at the point that you guys are currently witnessing it at, rocky, sandy shores. There's some, a lot like the Vanguard River, there's some marshy areas alongside the creek waters, frogs, small fish kind of flit in and out, and nutrias.
They're giant hamsters.
Which is a word I was looking for a session ago, if anybody happens to remember.
They're dog-sized like hamsters.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe
They look
prairie
like
dogs.
They kind of look like little beavers without the tail and without the beaver teeth.
They definitely have tails.
Well, they
They're
do, but they
long
don't have a
rats.
beaver
Yeah.
tail. I mean, they don't have a slapping beaver tail.
But they're really docile and
Yeah.
they're nice, and like we have them in the Northwest. They're all over up here. Like I was working at a UPS building, and we had to crawl under the building, and there was a giant one like under the UPS building. Like
I've seen them.
Sure you've
They
been
live in
playing
the
Fallout
gullies,
and
in the riverways of Portland.
Yeah.
Watch yourself.
Portland. And so that's the scene that you guys find yourselves looking at in front of you. There doesn't appear to be any sort of immediate bridge or crossing. The creek itself looks decently deep in some places, you know, at least 3, maybe 4 feet deep, interspersed with rocks and other bits of pebbles and sand and whatever else lies beneath the water. And the sun is essentially sinking. I believe it's the nighttime. You guys have arrived at night. The following day's journey should see you in the city of Vogler. What would you like to do?
do we cross now or in the morning?
You cross at night. It's
Well,
a death
it's
trap.
Not quite night, but
The sun is still yet to fall, brother.
Well, but we should take a look. I mean, maybe there's an easy way across right now.
You're still active, brother.
Yes. Constantly. Wait, which one are you talking about?
Oh.
The floating disc?
Yeah, with the dragon.
Yeah.
creature
That's
on.
yeah. Is he still floating? Yeah, he's still floating, brother.
And
We're good.
looking behind you, a magical disc of blue glowing light has this bound and gagged draconian figure sitting on top of it. Still knocked out.
We could re-knock him out too.
Hey, why don't you guys start making camp? I'll go check out the river.
Wait, we're not gonna cross?
Well,
well, that was the question: was are we
I'll
going
go
to
check it
cross
out.
tonight or?
All right.
and I'm off. Phew, come on, Songbird, let's go.
Looking down to the river, I guess this creek is kind of at the river's mouth, so it does flow from the river, and you guys are kind of at the widest point of it, closest to the Vanguard River right now. And so you make your way down there, and it's rushing, flowing river water over
I'm
stones.
practicing stealth as I go.
Okay. Why don't you give me a stealth check?
I think your idea of throwing him across is a great idea. Scott.
21.
Is it 4
So
feet,
stealthy.
right?
From
4
bush
feet
to
across,
bush, creeping
no problem.
silently this way and that way, Songbird high overhead watching
Running
you
jump that, all of us.
as you cross this really lush and beautiful
no
terrain.
joke.
It is, again, it's like the 3rd or 4th day, I think, since you guys have been freed. Freedom is kind of starting to settle in. The fact that you don't have to follow a routine and a schedule, and having the freedom to kind of sneak and flit about feels really good for you. And
It's nice to be out of the mine.
yeah, as you approach the creek, you see there are some farmhouses off in the distance here and there. You see some chimney stacks kind of billowing chimneys. You're starting to see a lot more signs of life on this part of the Vingard River and this part of the terrain. But as for actual people around you right now, you don't see any.
Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna like kind of blaze a quick trail to the river, see if there's a real easy way to spot or to cross, and if there is not, then I'll just head back.
So at the point that you approach the river, you don't see any immediate easy way to cross. It is, like I said, kind of at the mouth of the Vingard River and last large creek, so it's at its widest and fastest flowing there. So maybe a little bit further down the creek way, there might be a nice easy place to cross, but you guys would definitely, you could cross here.
Sure.
You're going to get wet.
Well, Dad always said that I was mostly waterproof. Mostly. Okay, back to camp.
Heading back to camp, you see the scene of your fellows setting up camp and putting up tents and starting the fire, I presume. Who's doing what?
Well, I mean, if we're still waiting to see if we can cross, it'd be like a more of a just drop my shit on the ground and get a breather, really.
Yeah, so I come back. So we're gonna have to keep hiking if we want to cross. I couldn't even see a nice place.
How far is it across?
Really far. We could make it, but we'll all get super
Like
wet.
far for you, but like, 'cause I can jump like
Sounded
10
like a
feet.
Short joke. Oh, you're good at those.
Yeah, I've got a standing long jump of at least 10 feet. I know I can do it.
I'd like to see you try, but I don't think you'll make
I'll
it.
do it right now. I dig a hole in the side of the ground. I make a line. I'm like, that's 10 feet, right?
Yes.
Then I jump it.
Wow.
You see that? It was insane. I think I can leap over a person. Come here, Shep.
You've got a lot of energy right now. That's good.
You ever heard of the band called And One?
We should keep hiking then if we have this much energy.
Fire or no fire, friends?
Let's hoof it. I think we can make it across this river.
None of us can see in the dark.
Well, we
It's
got
not
torches,
dark.
right?
Not if they're wet.
We can hold them over our heads.
It's dusk. The lights of the sun is kind of fading beneath the horizon, but it hasn't fully faded yet. You guys probably have at least about another half hour to 45 minutes of decently visible light before it would be considered to be dark outside.
Hey, hold out a torch. Just hold it out. Hold it out.
Don't you have my torch?
Just hold it out.
Look, I did that one time,
You hold
and
out
you
a
burned
torch.
my tip. I'm not doing that again.
My mage hand grabs it and floats away with it.
Oh my God.
Whoa, look what I can do now. That's so awesome.
How much weight can
They
you
won't
just
get
hold?
wet.
Enough. We'll ditch the draconian.
Can
I didn't
you
believe you when you said
move
you were
it with
doing
your
magic
mind,
before.
or do you have
Now
to like
I can
physically
see it.
push it?
It just follows me.
Powers.
I can't really move it.
It's all through sound. It's weird. It's like I see the currents of music.
I figured it would be more vibrant in color. It's a little dull, I can say.
Maybe someday you'll learn to see the music as I do.
Oh my gosh. Do you see the world in bardic eyes?
Yes, it's quite weird. Like vibrations and sounds.
If it's only 4 feet deep and not more than 10 feet across, we should be able to send one person across with the rope, and everyone else should be able to follow, holding onto the rope and not have to worry about getting washed downstream. If your thing follows along behind you, we don't even have to worry about trying to transport him across the river. He'll just float right across.
Yeah. So
Literally.
he made up that number 10 feet. It's much longer than that. It's the mouth of the river right here. We gotta go up the creek.
I thought you said it was 4 foot across, but
No, it's 4 feet deep.
We gotta go
Okay.
up the creek if we want to cross. Otherwise, this might be dangerous.
I shall leap it with my industrial strength.
You're gonna sink like a stone.
in news of that,
do that.
I had misheard the distance
15.
across.
I can jump 15 feet with that strength.
Do we want to get wet now or get wet in the morning?
I want to get wet now. That way I can dry myself off.
Consensus?
For the night.
How many? You want to get wet? You want to get wet?
I'd rather hike another half an hour up the creek and then cross in the creek.
There we go.
Wet
We
tonight.
have a
So
consensus.
2, Shep, what say you?
I would rather also go upstream so we could find a place to cross it, but in a half an hour it will be dark and we should be camping on this side at that point.
And I agree with Shep.
So yes, let's cross right now, and then we'll immediately get dried off on the other side of the map.
River.
Yeah.
This is where the map ends, obviously. That's what we call it when you cross the river.
Torn edge in the shape of a
map's
river.
Yeah, it's the loading zone. This is the loading zone we got to cross over.
The map's end is what rivers are.
All right, well, nobody wants to set up tents in the dark. Let's just do it now.
Damn it.
How far across is, like, seriously?
At the mouth,
Yeah.
it's probably a good 15, 20 feet across. I mean, the mouth of the creek is pretty wide.
Yeah. No worries. Cross this kind of stuff here all the time, Dan. You from around here?
Let's go. It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do, you tell me.
Let's
Tell you
go.
what you see.
You could always. I could ride
I
the
think
disc.
trying to cross
I was
now is
actually
better
thinking
for
about
the
that.
viewers. What do you all think? Ups the drama level for
Just
sure.
like pointing out into the darkness. Let's just
Yeah.
say that.
And you, and you, and
Is
you.
any bard passage is the bane
So we
of
know
a D&D party, whether it be a door, a wall, a creek, a river.
Well,
We'll argue for days.
Decisions must be
Yeah.
made.
we have 2 hostels that have escaped. It's likely that they're going to get friends and come back. And I would hate to get caught unaware in the dark. And they're lizards. Some type of lizard they can likely see in the dark. I can't. So I don't know. I would like to set up camp. I got some defensive spells, some things I can do to kind of protect us, or at least alarm us to intruders. Ah!
Clever.
Intruder! Intruder!
And then we can study our enemy and find out if it can see in the dark.
Got him.
Right. Clever, Roge. Clever.
You hear the
It's my familiar.
You hear the garbled scream of a forest animal, kind of coming from
Reese?
the mouth of the river, essentially, which you guys aren't really too far out from view of. You can see it from where you're at, and you hear some thrashing around in the water from where you're at. You could clearly hear it.
Back to the river.
Back to the river.
You make it up to the bank of the water just in time to see the form of a nutria disappear beneath the water in the mouth of none other than that giant fish that you guys had spotted a little farther upstream. And it kind of it ducks down for a minute, disappears. You see the thrashing. It leaps up out of the water again and slaps back down. And in that kind of brief instant, as it leaps up out of the water with the nutria in its mouth, you see a fish hook kind of hanging from the side of it with some fishing line, and it slaps back down into the water again and swims farther downstream on the Vanguard River, nutria in tow.
Did you guys see that hook in its mouth?
I did not. What it look like?
A fish hook. Huh. Anyway, Papa used to tell me a story of a jaguar that had a thorn in its paws. Anyway, but maybe we can help him out one day.
I'm not catching a fish. I'll leave that up to you.
Light fading. I assume you guys decide to set up camp as discussed.
I'll get the wood.
Correct.
I'll start the fire.
I'll play some music.
I'm good.
Crickets chirping.
I'm gonna do alarm. I'm gonna do a ritual.
I wish we had some food. I'll look over at Shep.
While he's getting wood, I'm going to cast alarm.
What does that look like?
I have no idea. I've been in the dungeon so long, I've had, or the mine so long, I've kind of forgotten. So I guess I'm going to take my staff and I'll draw a line about 20 feet around our encampment. And then I'll slam my staff down once I'm in the middle, and poof, and a dome appears and then it disappears.
Lighting up the now night sky
Oh,
around
Jesus.
you. The crickets kind of chirping in the background. Alarm has been cast while Shep is.
I need everyone's old rations. The older the better, it's fine. Not quite that old.
Hard-boiled
easy
eggs
here.
come up. Sorry.
I hand you my 1 day's old rations.
Okay,
Me too.
okay. I will cast Purify Food and Drink on said old rations to make them edible again.
Yay.
I look at it, I'm like, this hardtack is not doing any.
As a ritual, I will cast that.
Perfect.
Let me be clear.
Oh no! And I look at it and I'm. Oh no! You purified my drink. It's no longer liquor. It's now water. How dare you?
Is that how that works? Does it turn liquor into
Yes, actually, what happens is it is
Nice.
now
grape juice?
150
Vinegar?
proof.
Oh,
Pure. So yes, it is now purified. It is stronger than ever.
Are you sure we can sell that service?
Hmm
That's a great thing you did.
I've always wanted. Nah, never mind. Another day, another time.
So
Dragon's fire.
settling down for the night, sitting around the fire, munching on your rations, hearing the sounds of the creek flow behind you, the crickets chirping. You all are beset with the emotions that are sure to come over you when you arrive in the city of Vogler tomorrow. And of course, it's right about the time that you're
We need to rebind and recheck the Draconian before we go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to secure him to like a tree or a rock before we pass out for the next day. Do something with him.
he's stirring.
Yeah.
Brother, can you test to see if he can see in the dark? This would be great information for us later.
Yeah, so I go up to the Draconian and I take my hand and
The Draconian opens its eyes
Throw rocks at him.
and glares balefully at you, but says nothing. Directly at you.
does his pupils move or does his eyes swish when I'm like in his face?
Oh yeah, like does he have the cool like double lens like eyelids?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm out. I
Definitely.
scream hysterically and like run back to the camp. I cannot handle that. I'm
That
out.
absolutely happens. It's pretty clear to you that this creature can see you in very small detail.
I bailed out, brother. It did some weird thing with its eyes. I can't. I'm like,
All right.
no thanks.
We can tie into a post. That way, when the post moves, we'll be able to feel it. I've got some string on me.
String ought to do it.
No, I mean to tell me when it's moving. Jesus.
It's gonna
Talking
be.
to you guys.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Jeez.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys ever? Do you remember in the when we were in the dorms? You know, every time somebody would get a little loony, they put them in those jackets. You know, that would hold them like together. Maybe I could make one of those.
It's a great idea.
I could make it out of his own clothes. It's gonna take a night.
Step one, take off his clothes.
Let's just bind him extra
I've got
strong to the
scissors.
tree. You have stuff
All right.
to do tomorrow.
Yeah, he's already bound up. Why don't we just
Make
like
it extra tight, and
to a tree?
you can maybe tie that string to your finger, and then tie the string to the Draconian, and if it does anything,
Say
and
goodbye
then
to your
we've got
finger.
your alarm. Well, little toe.
String's
Pick a
not that
digit.
tough.
I honestly didn't mean to derail it this much.
No, brother, my brother, you're fine. I'm just
So fine.
check his ropes one more time. Is anybody really good at survival to do that? You know, for those bindings.
Sir Guppy, chat is letting us know that they cannot hear you. I'm not sure if your mic's not on or. It's the second time they said spotty sound from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, chat. Might be a issue that we can work out quickly. If it is, we'll do that. If not, we may need to take a quick
Hook
audio
it to your
check.
nose. Click it around. Clip it to your nose. Dude, you have beard. Just hook it to your beard. Just right. Sorry.
So we're gonna make some small adjustments. If we're hearing some crackly noises, let us know. But essentially, you guys are able to, without much fanfare, get this creature, get him rebound. You find a suitable tree to tie him to, and you're able to really get him secured in a way that you guys feel safe and comfortable with. He kind of squirms and fights back a little bit, but the binds are such that there's not a whole lot that he can do. Wings kind of flexing, eyes glaring at you balefully, some low growls deep in his throat, but this creature very much has the appearance of someone who is biding their time. They know that eventually you're going to make a mistake because you're foul-smelling Kender and humans. And when it happens, it's going to take advantage of it and rip you to shreds probably. But that's all in his mind for now. As for the rest of it, you make camp. If there's anything that any of you would like to do in terms of rituals or spells or preparations for the next day, now's your time to let me know.
I work on my shoes.
We gonna post a guard? A watch?
Yeah, definitely.
Take shifts?
Enemies in our midst.
Okay. So setting up watch. Let's see who takes first, second, third, and last watch.
I'll take first.
I'll take last.
Gotcha.
I'll take second.
Sleeping soundly.
So that
Are you
leaves-
asleep?
Nobody trusts the Kender.
Yeah, that leaves Kender with third watch. Out of curiosity, Kresh, what's going on with Songbird? Does he just chill, or are you dismissing him to his plane?
No, Songbird and I pretty much are just playing music at the camp the whole time. You
Okay.
know, Songbird flies around, does tweets and sings along.
Okay.
Yeah. We're communicating a bit more these days.
Okay.
Since this kind of awakening, Songbird's communicating with me through like songs a bit more than before. So it's interesting. I'm learning some. Because I was able to summon it from the Fae, and so it's got some knowledge that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, and so he does. And the sort of rainbow plumage of Songbird entertains you as you play your music and drift off into slumber, eagerly awaiting your turn at third watch. Guppy, your watch passes uneventfully. There is very little to do except keep the fire stoked,
Work on my shoes.
work on your shoes.
I'm making those secret compartments. That way I can add all my sewing gear to my shoes.
Gotcha. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and give me a, I guess it'd be a survival check, wouldn't it? What is the check for like a craft? Is there a?
I just need a long rest to do it.
You just need a long rest to do it. Okay. All right. I like it. Give me a deception check though.
It's usually against everybody else's investigation to find it, which is only a DC of 12.
Fun fact.
That's a natural 1.
It's a natural one.
Oh, yeah.
So, working on your shoes, Guppy, you really attempt to recreate some of the clothing that you have made for prisoners in the mines. Some things to hide various different implements, shivs, shanks, prison contraband. But the material that you have on hand is just not the same, and you're kind of struggling to work with it and really get those pockets sewn in the right way. The shoes themselves are coming along nicely, but the hidden compartments that you had hoped to get are just kind of eluding you for the design right now. But you're working on it, and you're making your way there.
Bummers.
First watch passes. Guppy, you awaken. Roj, I think you have second watch.
Yes, second watch.
You awaken from a dreamless slumber. No dreams have troubled your sleep since the Night of the Eye, in fact, and your meeting with Rovina. And you awaken to the cool night air. Crickets chirping, fire still stoked. And your brother, I assume, is headed straight for bed?
Oh, yes, most definitely. I, once before I go to sleep, check over the Dragonborn, make sure that the ropes are tied tight, give him a kick,
Yeah, it
and go to sleep.
growls at you balefully, golden eyes glinting.
I say to him in
second
growls, Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
Yeah, you do. And it kind of alights in surprise because you do speak Draconic, if I'm not
I know,
mistaken.
it was part of my noble background,
It kind of
which is hilarious.
looks at you in shock a little bit at the fact that you can understand it and it can understand you. And it mumbles a muffled word underneath the gag.
I'm not that interested.
You're not sure how you know, but this creature is smirking at you like, not a fool then, I see. But Your watch passes uneventfully. Third watch comes. You're awoken to Roge.
High five. Have a good sleep.
And it's, kind of the witching hour for you now. It's, 3, 4 in the morning or whatever before dawn.
I am now an expert in perception. My passive is now 15.
Okay.
He gained that in his sleep.
Yeah.
I did.
So again, it's an uneventful but comforting evening. Yeah, your head is on a swivel the whole night. You're looking for signs of threat or enemies. As was the same with the previous night, every once in a while your gaze finds its way drifting to the night sky just to see, is the constellation of Branchala there? Has it gone? And it still glitters in the twilight above in the sky, unlike the other missing constellations of Paladine, Takesis, and now Habakkuk.
Okay.
With that, Shep, you awaken for your final watch. You, however, have been suffering from nightmares, visions of flame, screams, the scenes and sounds of your village burning, your people dying, and every time you see that same body clutching that medallion, you reach down to grab it, and as soon as your hands meet the desiccated hands of that burned form, your eyes open and you awaken almost at the same moment that Kresh, you're reaching down to wake him up. and he's...
It looked like you were having a dream.
Yeah, very astute. Quite, yeah. Rough one again. How'd you sleep?
Pretty good. Pretty good. All quiet on my watch. It's your turn.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Do you need a minute?
No, I'll be okay. How about our friend over
I'm
there?
already asleep.
All right.
Oh, blessed is the Kinder of the world.
Surprised we didn't die at his watch.
Songbird flutters down, lands next to the Kinder, kind of does a couple quick little hops and snuggles in next to Kresh. Rainbow plumage kind of glinting in the almost pre-dawn, not really light, but it's pre-dawn, it's getting there. And the fire, of course, is still burning. They've all done their job keeping it going. And the watch passes, Shep. The Draconian appears to be sleeping. It doesn't seem to be moving around or wiggling very much, if at all. And with that, the sun rises on what will be the day of Ispin Greenshield's funeral. The rest of you awaken. The camp is as you left it. Shep is awake. And what would you guys like to do to get started for your day?
Where's the Draconian?
The Draconian is still tied to the tree right where you left him.
He's been there all night. Snoring up.
I should have just killed him on my watch, brother, and said he had a knife.
Brother, we can't just go along killing everything.
Hey, any of you remember bacon and eggs? It's been a long time. We should get to this village here soon, because I want some bacon and eggs.
It's a small town, right?
Yeah, the town of Vogler is considered to be a town. It's fairly large sized.
This ain't no village. There's a burgomeister and everything.
And a ham. A ham, too. If they've got bacon, they've got ham.
We still have all your steel. I mean, do you want it?
Pretty sure I've got my own steel.
Is that the steel you took
I
from
thought you handed out all the steel. What did...
You're talking about the steel you got from the dead people, right?
Well, no, I handed that out, too. Split that out.
Oh.
Last time, yeah. Anybody who wanted it got their portion. Yeah.
Nice. That was 10 each.
Pass. I do
And
not take
total.
money from the dead.
Okay.
There's
I'll take that steel. So 20, 10, 10.
You can carry mine too.
Oh, okay.
I got everything I need.
There's no honor in
30.
stealing
10,
from
10.
honorable knights,
I had
brother.
10 steel from before, so I have a total of 20 steel.
Awesome. Maybe we can get it back to their families. I'm sure they'll probably actually reward us for the swords, because the swords are probably worth a whole lot.
I mean, we'll need this the steel to send it back to them. I mean, shipping in post is not going to be
No,
easy
bro.
to send those back.
We will find more knights and hand them off to the knights and let them deal with delivering the blades back to
You
the
know
family.
what? There's a town, so there might be like a what do they call that? Oh,
Barracks?
I was thinking of something more elegant. But yes, barracks. Stationed, night station.
A chapeau, I think is the word you were looking for.
A fancy house.
Anyway,
Cabin.
Well, we should get going.
crossing the river.
Was that a long rest or a short rest?
That was a long rest.
Roger that.
Okay.
So I'm going to do my morning ritual of casting armor and then casting a... What the heck is that? Sorry.
I love the spell. What is the heck?
Yeah, I
is
know.
that?
It's in my book.
We
It's
call that identify.
it's in my new book. Ha. How do you know magic, Henry?
I have access to that spell now.
Apparently.
I don't know how.
Magic folk. I know nothing of this.
If you've got magic, then the gods are definitely back. There's no other explanation for why a Kender has magic.
No
I'm
idea.
sure that doesn't mean they're still gone because
I
it's
still
kind of
haven't seen it.
magic.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He literally grabbed my torch out of my hand. You saw that.
Moving on.
The bird is magic.
The bird's always been here, though. I
And
mean,
those-
that could be...
Those two tricks I've been able to do for a while.
In prison too?
Yeah, the bird was there.
They allowed you to have a companion?
They didn't even know he was there, brother.
It was. Remember? Pocket dimension. You know, all these things.
They gave him light duty, brother. I remember him handing out books.
They thought he was a small child. They didn't even realize
Sounds like
they had a
these are the
Kender.
things we're discussing while packing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna I'm gonna do my morning ritual of armor, and then I'm gonna do my ritual for the floating disc of awesomeness. Yeah.
Absolutely. You summon up the disc of awesomeness.
Tenseness.
Ooh.
Of tenseness. Your past mentors and teachers labeled it Tensor's floating disc. And
I thought we called a Racelin's floating disc in this realm. It was just Tensor.
it's a mage from another realm, as a matter of fact.
There's other realms?
Indeed.
Oh, wait, no. Interesting. Oh, but I'm not talking to you in game. 'Cause you're the DM.
We digress.
Sorry.
He's talking to his books again.
I've got 2 books now, guys. I got 2.
2 books.
Do they talk back?
Anyways,
No. They talk to each other.
You guys are packing up, loading up camp,
Very compatible.
and having these jovial conversations. It's been really lighthearted ever since, getting out of prison and enjoying your time together. And everybody's been kind of, joking around, jovial, despite the, sad destination that you guys have ahead of you. You're able to get the Draconian off of the tree onto the disc, and you start making your way towards the town of Vogler. You travel pretty much uneventfully for the majority of the day. You guys are about 4 or 5 hours into this morning's travel. It's a bit past noon. It's about 1 or 1:30 right now in terms of time, and your bellies are kind of starting to grumble a little bit, but you're still about 2 hours outside of the city of Vogler at this point. You're seeing a lot more foot traffic. You have seen people kind of coming and going. Onlookers are staring at this creature that you have.
Yeah, do we have it covered or?
Strapped to
No,
the
wide open.
magically floating disc. You hear people whispering things like,
We forgot.
"Mage.
So what about
Oh, must be a wizard. Wonder what color robes he's wearing."
Can I jump up on the disc?
You
with
can
him?
do whatever you want to do.
All right.
I
So I'm gonna
can't stop
totally,
you.
Like, go into the town, like rocking my lute.
Yeah.
Wow, we're here! Yeah! Ooh, ah, look at this! Ooh! I'm like riding the Draconian on the disc.
Yeah. And you start performing, and
Yeah.
a lot of the people that you guys pass are pretty entertained by it. Some people kind of stop and watch you perform.
I know you wanted to hide the Draconian, but it's too late now, Shep. The
No,
Kender's,
it's good.
the
We'll-
Kender's
This is what's coming for you all. Be ready.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Slash, not pierce.
even if we would have covered him, the Kender would have jumped on it.
No, it's a good idea because now the guards are going to come to us, and then we'll find the knights sooner than having to actually search for them.
Do you remember what happened last time the guards came to us?
But now we have proof.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
and
All right,
pardons.
all right.
Well, not pardons.
Getting corrected by a
release
Kender.
paperwork.
Early
Yeah,
release.
yeah.
Early release paperwork.
Not
Yeah.
quite as good.
Not pardons.
Yeah.
Crimes of heresy and calling ourselves knights. But anyway,
We did.
Such an early release, we'd still be there. Oh wait, we get out now.
We just think if we would have stayed, we would have been safer.
Probably.
We wouldn't have. Yeah.
does that actually happen? Do knights come up to us and be like, "Hey, what's that thing you're carrying?"
You guys have seen no Salamnic Knights.
Shit.
Mayor.
Yeah.
No place is safe, only safer.
You have seen 0 Knights. So after stopping for a brief lunch, you quickly make your way back onto the trail again. The Vingard River at this point has widened pretty significantly. I mean, just to give you a real world comparison, it's about as wide as the Columbia in some places. It is a very big, strong flowing river. It's the main river in this region, and it has, like, you guys see boats plying the river, what look to be fishing boats or passenger boats. It's kind of hard to tell from this distance. And as you get closer to the town of Vogler, you do see a lot more river activity, and then the town of Vogler does come into view. The fishing village of Vogler clings to a spit of land reaching into the Vingard River. The wooded cliffs overlook the community, and the only path from the north descends past the ivy-covered remnants of a crumbling stone keep. The village's modest wooden buildings cluster around a quaint central circle and along the river bank. Jutting into the river, out of place and seemingly out of time, stands an incomplete stone bridge of incredible artisanship. The structure clearly dates to before the Cataclysm, eclipsing its modern piers in size and sturdiness. The bridge crosses less than half of the river's width before giving way to a series of ropes and tethered rafts serving as ferries. On the river itself, dozens of small boats drift along the slow, murky waters as the fishers of Vogler ply their trade.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So basically what you've got is a single road coming in from the north. You guys are headed south at this point, and there are some wooded cliffs off to your left that rise up about 20 feet to a plateau with, woods on top of it. Those look like they kind of give way on that side to the town of Vogler as it kind of encircles the area that you are in. On your right, you see what looks to be like a small jetty or something like that, a piece of land, and then at the end of that piece of land would be the crumbling stone keep. And then in front of you, there is a gate into the town of Vogler itself. The gate's doors do stand open. It looks like they've been open for quite some time. They are firmly entrenched in the mud and the dirt in front of you. It doesn't look like they are really ever closed, and it's like a arched gate. There doesn't appear to be any guard towers or anything like that atop it, and the gate stands open into the town of Vogler.
5 silver, brother, if you can jump this river.
No. I guess we'll go through the main guard gate, and we'll enter in the town, and then does anybody actually know where Hesbin lived?
Isbin?
Hesbin.
I'm sure.
Where
we
he
can,
lived? In the
I'm
town?
certain.
I mean,
we
he
can-
didn't really talk about it.
I'm certain we can ask somebody. He wasn't exactly a nobody in town.
You know what?
you-
We did talk about it because we wrote him letters.
Yeah, you wrote him letters, and you also have a letter from the knight who invited you here. And in that letter, she mentions the Brass Crab Inn, that she has secured lodging for you all there. And so that could be a potential location for you guys to head to. And as you begin passing through the gate, you do see 2 fish carved into the top of the structure. And the gate itself is only about 15 feet tall, so it's not too hard to see that on the scales of the fish themselves are what look to be carved simple prayers for loved ones, family members lost. Looks like maybe the villagers have done this, and then it winds its way down the sides of the gate as well. It looks like people have carved scales into the gate and put their own simple prayers into them. Peace for Vogler, bountiful harvest, things like this. And you make your way through the gates onto a pretty wide thoroughfare. It's 10, 15 feet wide. A small forested area on your right, some homes and bits of trees and bushes and other things on your left, and it looks like it kind of ends in a like a five-way intersection. And so you guys kind of make your way down that road, and you do come to the aforementioned intersection. You've got a path to your left, to your right. You can kind of keep bearing forward, or you can double back the way you came on a different road, and it looks like it leads to the keep.
I say we deposit our prisoner at the keep before it gets out of hand.
And then go to this brass crab.
Sounds good, friend. That's a good idea.
All right. What's the plan? Let's go. We'll go through the main gate. Do you want me to announce this when we go through the gate, or Crash, you can do the talking, right?
Whatever you want, my friend.
They might not listen to Kender.
I will accompany your announcement with some music.
All right.
Fanfares and
Is there anyone we have to see or
and
speak to,
crescendos.
or is everybody able to come and go as they go through the gate?
There is no guard at the gate. There is no one there blocking your path or introducing themselves or otherwise stewarding your way into the town.
Who's conglomerate this is?
Looks like nothing much has happened since we've been gone in prison.
Do you know this person?
Let's move
probably.
on then. I don't think we need to announce anything then.
I messaged some friends
Head
to
straight to the keep.
Cool.
Do our business there first.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's move along.
Yeah.
So doubling back on your trail, you take this new road, which looks like it heads to the keep, and you very quickly realize that it does. You follow it down the path. You follow it to a path, rather, that leads up to the keep itself. The keep is a two-story structure with a small wall around it and a portcullis gate that blocks the way into a small courtyard inside. And the portcullis stands open. Looks to be kind of rusty,
Not well maintained.
not very well maintained. There's some moss and lichen growing on the walls. Parts of the walls crumble in certain areas. No sign of activity.
Can I take a quick stop in one of these general stores? Just 2 seconds. Is that okay, guys? I'll catch up. You don't even have to stop.
Brother, will you go with him?
You don't need my protection to
Oh,
get
shit.
them
That's a
going?
good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I'll go with the Kinder.
Okay.
All right.
Just gotta dip in and buy something real quick.
Yeah, no. Hey, if you can you get me some silk?
Silk.
Maybe like a 4x4.
I don't have anything that's worth trading for silk, but if you want to give me some money.
I think it's called silver.
I know. I don't like you.
Steal.
Can you give it to Shep?
Shep, can you get me some silk?
Sure.
Thank
Whatever you need.
Thank you.
Hands in your pockets, friend.
I'm trying to.
No, not saying it's a you problem. I'm saying it's a them problem.
I know.
People suck.
All right, we'll split the party here.
No, just hang out for a second. I'll be right back. I just want to buy something real quick.
We can wait. We'll wait.
All right. I run into a general store.
So you start looking around for a general store to find. You don't immediately see one. So there are some village goers and things like that around. What they do is they direct you to the town's market. There are no stores as such in Vogler, but there is a town square that has a market with
Is it on the
lots
way?
of vendors and shops and stuff like that.
Is it on the way or no?
It is not on the way.
We'll do some other time. No problem.
Yeah. So you make your way down there real quick. On the outer edges of the market before you enter it proper, you do see a few small shops and things like that. One that could be described as a general store.
can I go in that?
Yeah, it's like an open air market, so it's like a stall.
Okay.
So you don't really have to go in.
Oh, okay.
You just they have their wares laid out on tables and
Yeah.
things like that around them.
I'm looking for some tools.
Yeah.
Do you have like some lockpick tools? Not thieves tools, but like
Oh
just
my
like getting
God.
that stuff.
Jesus.
Uh,
I gotta mute myself.
You're approached by a kind of a surly looking, sort of a bulky individual. He's got a beard that kind of comes down his face, no mustache, shaved head, and he introduces himself. Name's Bart.
Hey, Bart.
What can I get you, Kender?
You know, we just got out of working in the mines, and I haven't been able to get my trade tools back yet. So I'd like to maybe do a little trade. This is a really important.
You keep going.
Anyway, do you have tools like for lock picks? People that like get in and out of houses that have been locked, and they like people forget their keys and they need to get called to get help in.
You a locksmith then, are you, Kender?
Do you have a lock that needs to be opened? Are you looking? Yeah, that's my trade. Yes.
And he disappears for a minute into his cart. You hear some rustling and some rumbling around, and he reappears a few moments later with a small leather satchel. Here,
Thanks.
it's the best I got.
So
Wait.
what?
He puts his hand back down on it. Show me your coin.
Well, so that's I have some coin, but this is worth way more.
Oh, a Kinder tale. Let's hear it.
Okay. This is my ocarina. I made it from a coconut, and I've been playing beautiful music on it for 5 years.
A coconut.
Well, it doesn't look like coconut anymore.
You made it from a coconut.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
And now you want to trade me for some lockpicks.
Yes, absolutely. Would you like to
So
hear how
that you
it
can
sounds?
ply your trade
Yes.
as a locksmith
Yes.
in my town.
Oh boy, is everyone like this? Shep. Yes.
Why don't you play me a song,
I'd
Kinder?
love to. Yeah. So what kind of music do you like?
He pulls out a small corncob pipe, packs a little bit of some herb in it, and sits down. He doesn't sit down. He leans up against his stall and sparks it.
Okay. What's that behind your ear? And I summon Songbird. Wow! Amazing.
What?
And then I start playing a song. And like Songbirds flying around, and we trying our best to entertain this fellow for a few minutes.
Give me a performance check.
Yes.
Yes, how well do you perform Freebird?
My face
Oh
hurts.
my God.
Face hurts.
That's not very good. It is 7.
Oh, sorry, friend. I can't even give you guidance to help you on
It's
that
all
to
right.
even.
I'm not trying to magic this person. I'm just doing my best.
Drawing on his pipe, he
Yeah.
blows out a pretty big cloud of smoke, and he's got a little bit of a grin on his face, and he says, "Looks like the coconut's a little better at being a musical instrument than you are at playing it."
Yeah, I'm a little rusty. Sorry. But if not just a straight trade, how much would I could give you the ocarina? And you know, my friends have some money too. I just don't like carrying it.
Tell you what, I got a guy in the market.
Yeah.
He's another Kender. As you can tell, I don't really traffic with your kind very often, but he owes me some money. You go get me the money that Frostwind owes me,
Frostwind.
and I will, by way of payment, give you
I'm not
these
there.
lockpicks.
Okay. What? How much does he owe you?
What difference does that make?
Well, he's gonna ask, and then I'm gonna have to like make sure it's the right amount. Right?
He pulls out.
We've done this before,
He
right?
pulls out a scrap of paper, jots down a few notes on it, folds it in half. Just give this to me.
Courier. Fantastic. I'll be back. I've got a funeral to go to.
You make your way into the market proper. It's bustling.
As we're walking to this next place, I'm like, doesn't your coconut ocarina. Doesn't it?
Cocorina.
Cocarina. Doesn't it? Didn't it do a trick? I remember it. You twisted it and it does some.
Yeah.
Not
Best
gonna-
not to show people that.
So you're just gonna hand that off to a guy who's gonna play it and just
Well,
might
It's
on
not-
accident.
I hope not.
Oof.
You know,
Okay.
that's how these things, they build their stories on their own. I mean, I hope he's not going to give it to his kid. It's covered in my blood. Anyways, let's go.
The legend of the Acoconarina grows.
How did you get covered in blood again? I forgot.
I slit my wrist.
Oh, that's right. And Shep healed. I completely forgot. Yep, I remember now. Yeah, I'm not with you, so this is out of character. I was just asking.
And then I used the blood to
That's
dye
right.
it.
That's right. That's right. I forgot.
It's taking
I'm-
a long time to get into this gate here, brother.
I didn't mean for him to take that.
Hello? Is anybody here?
That's how these stories happen.
You make your way into the city, into the marketplace. Shep in tow, I
Oh,
believe,
Jesus.
right?
My kinderbrain.
Yeah,
What
no,
was the
I
name
don't
of the
mind.
guy?
What-
Frost something?
Frostwin, Frostwin. You two are left at the gates of the keep, and it sounds like you are sort of giving out a ballyhoo, a cry of who's inside. And you do, after a few moments, hear some of the sounds of life within. You hear the rattling of someone maybe heading your way, and then the familiar clank of someone approaching you wearing full-plated armor. And very quickly, after hearing that sound coming into view, is a woman. She's about 5'11", 6 foot, just by looking at her at a glance. She's got about shoulder length, salt and pepper colored hair, sort of coiffed over to one side. The helm of a knight of Salamnia under one arm, and her hand on her sword as she approaches. And her eyes are kind of squinting at you as she approaches, and then they widen, and she says, "Roche,
Yeah.
Guppy, it's me, Becklin, with Viharan. It's me. I wrote you the letters, and your friend, our friend, Ispin,
Oh, you wrote the letters.
it was me.
Oh, it's,
Welcome to Volkor. I'm glad that you made it.
thank
And you
you.
are out of your prisons. What brings you here?
You sent for us for the funeral.
Yes, but you were supposed to meet me at the Brass Crab. What brings you here to the
Oh.
keep?
Obviously this.
We
What?
were besieged on the road by lizard creatures.
And you would bring such an enemy here into our town's gates?
Well, we also bring the weapons of the Islamic Knights that creature killed. So we wanted to gather.
Yes.
We've been in jail, which you know,
Yes.
for
yes.
years. So we have no idea
years.
on the nature of events in the world. And so it was best, most logical path.
We've got two friends. They're like nearby. They should be back like any moment. Yep.
Crash.
Can you
and
like
Shep.
invite us in for a little bit? And
Yes,
we'll,
Crash and Shep.
We'll talk about this.
She takes like 2 steps like outside of the portcullis, like looks this way, looks that way. Quick, bring it inside. Bring it inside. Is it secure?
Very secure. Yeah, we've been traveling for at least a day.
Do you have a cell we can put this in?
There may be something of service inside of the keep. Yes.
And manacles. That'd be good too.
Yes, we do have these as well. Bring the creature inside.
You must know that 2 of them got away, and it's likely that they're probably getting friends.
And there are more.
Yeah, there are more.
This is dire news indeed. We have heard, as she's ushering you guys inside, we have heard rumors of war and dark creatures stalking the lands of Salamnia. This is foul news indeed.
Well, now it's not a rumor or news; it's fact. We have one with us, and we have the swords of the knights. To show.
Ispin brought me the tale of your encounter on Firebrand Island, but I thought it an embellishment on his part. I did not expect for it to be so accurate. This is dire indeed. And she brings you guys inside. She takes you to essentially what was most likely a prison cell, and it seems to be mostly serviceable still. And you're able to usher this creature inside and lock it inside of the gates. She doesn't immediately able to find manacles. There are some chains that are like pightened to the floor, but they are mostly rusted out and not really serviceable. But the lock itself seems to work, and she seems confident in it, and so she closes the creature inside. I assume you guys leave it bound and gagged.
Hell
and
yeah.
other stuff. So with that having been said, not Ispin, but Becklin, she ushers you guys back out to the courtyard and says, so, what are your friends? What is Shep? What is Crash?
They went off to do some shopping. I'm not sure for what. Crush was kind of in a hurry to skedaddle, as Kender do. So
They should be back any moment. Like, I'm sure they're probably making their way back right this moment.
And the scene cuts into Shep and Kresh
Walking the other way still.
walking the other way still, heading into the market square. Kresh, you are immediately able to pick out the stall of the Kinder. It's brightly colored. There are bits of cloth and strips sort of waving in the wind around it. There's whimsical scenes of flight and fancy carved into the wood. And the wares that the Kender sells are actually puppets carved from the bones of large fish.
Cool.
And they are in the shapes of various different animals, creatures of fancy, and they seem to be very articulated and well-made puppets that you can manipulate and
Sounds awesome.
things like that. And you do see the top knot poking up of a Kender as it's like below the table, kind of looking for something, and then he pops up.
Hi, friend.
Hey,
How's it going?
what are you? I know you.
I know you too. How do we know each other?
You're my uncle.
Bob, your uncle. No, I'm Crescendo,
you're not my
bro.
uncle. You're my cousin. You're
Yeah.
my cousin's friend of my cousin's friend. How's it
Absolutely.
going, dude?
Oh man, it's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's your mom?
She's alive, I hope. I don't know. We've been like doing
She's
stuff.
not.
Man.
I seen her just the other day. Alive! Just
Ah,
kidding.
you're so funny.
What's going on?
Oh, dude.
what was your name again?
Crescendo.
Crescendo. That's right.
And you
I
must
knew
be
it. I
Frostwind.
knew it. How did you know that?
Well, I'm actually in town for something. Do you know about Ispin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a
good
good
guy.
friend of ours.
He lived here
Yeah, that's why we're here.
for a while,
Yep,
like a few years.
I know. Did
Yeah.
he treat you good?
Of course, he was a nice guy.
He treated me good.
Yeah, he came by. He bought one of my puppets one time, and he paid me like way too much for it.
He's a good guy.
But then he came back later and said, "Give me my money back that you took."
You know.
And I was like, "You paid me this. I found it
typical
when you
humans,
paid
right?
me." Yeah. But you know what? It was fine because I found some more money later. It was no big
That's the
deal.
way it works.
Yeah, it was cool.
I do pick up a puppet and look at it while they're chatting.
Yeah, you pick up a puppet, and it is a leonine-like creature. And coming from the back of it are 4 articulated bones that look like maybe stalks or tentacles of some sort, difficult to tell. But it is fully articulated all the way from the tail to the
Fun.
tentacles to the mouth and everything. And it's fine craftsmanship, actually. So, yeah, what?
Hey, Frost, bro.
What's up?
Do you have an extra set of lockpicks?
An extra set of lockpicks?
Yeah.
We don't really talk about those around here.
Why?
Well, because,
Don't
Like-
you guys have people that help people get into houses?
well, mostly people are real trustworthy around Vogler, and honestly, and it blows me away. I don't understand, but there's no locks on the doors around here.
Seriously? No
I'm-
wonder he was so blown away when I asked for him.
It's weird. Everybody's just come on in. Nobody locks their doors around here.
Crazy.
Did you see the gates? Wide open.
Weird.
I don't know what's going on,
No.
but I got some.
Yeah. Well, so there's this guy, right? Big, kind of ugly, and
Bart.
yeah. Anyway, he told me to give you this.
Mm-mm, I don't want it.
Well, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
All right, then it's on the ground then.
Leave it there.
All right, it's there.
Screw Bart. He
I
says I owe him money.
okay.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah. Yeah, they're mean like that. Anyway, I just wanted to trade for.
Well, let me see it.
No,
Yeah, let me see.
it's right there.
I'm a,
I'll pick it up.
thank you.
There you go.
Okay. It just says "Suck it, Frostwind."
I mean, that's kind of funny. I thought he was mean. That's kind of funny.
Dang it! He got me. And he used a kender to do it. My cousin.
Damn.
I hate that guy.
Oh man, no, I mean he's
Here.
All right.
And he takes a note. He crosses some stuff out and he writes something down, folds it, gives it back to
I
you.
will totally deliver that.
See what he thinks about that.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
hey, you want to trade?
What?
I got this amazing instrument here.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Yeah.
Okay. He checks it out. Within 2 seconds, he's got it turned into the knife.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Right?
Whoa! What? Why? Why?
I was in prison for a while.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But they let me
That
keep
makes
it
sense.
as an instrument, so
I've been to prison
yeah.
a few times.
Yeah, most of us have. So you know.
Can I have this?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Those puppets are amazing.
You want one of my puppets?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Nobody-
Shep, you want that one you were looking at?
Oh. No. You don't understand. I found my lost puppet here.
Oh, he's good.
Isn't that wild? This is my puppet, and it's been here forever. I'm glad you found it.
Did you make that?
Isn't it amazing? No, it was given to me as a gift, and I'm so glad you found it.
Absolutely. I've seen him. He's had it for many, many years.
Oh, it was a gift from my grandfather.
Deception checks.
Steal from
You're lying. You're lying.
I've been spending too long around Kenders.
Keep it on the table.
Yeah, it's on the corner.
17.
So
No, that
total of
seems good.
10.
I could have sworn I remember carving that one, but I mean, if you say your grandpa gave it to you, and I mean, I trust you. You're my cousin's like best friend's nephew. So
And you can keep the ocarina too, just for fun.
really,
Yeah, man.
I can have this.
Oh, it's,
And if I'm
sounds
completely
beautiful.
honest, it may just look a lot like the one I remember. Trying to hold back the dishonesty.
Hey, people usually don't buy my puppets, but they're really nice, right?
Oh, beautiful.
But nobody buys them. Just like they should. I think they should.
Yeah.
You know, I spent a lot of time making them, and I like the people here.
Oh,
Except for
especially like the
Bart.
ball joints. Maybe you're right. I don't remember ball joints being on mine.
Really?
This is amazing craftsmanship.
So it's not yours?
Like thinking about it, maybe not.
Okay.
Because
Well,
again, I
me
don't
too.
remember the ball joints. This is amazing work.
It's tough to do the ball joints. Not many people know how to get it right. I'll be honest with you. It's a skill that I developed
And
over
the
time.
eyes, they close when you lean it back, and they open and close. That's
They
amazing.
do. And I read about these in a book. It's a discombobulator beast is what these are called. That's what it's called. That's what I read about anyway.
This is a real thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really in a book. So, I read the book. You want the book? I got it right here somewhere. And he starts rummaging around for looking for the book.
Tell you what, I'll trade you this statue puppet for the book.
1 second. And his top knot's like fluttering, and he comes back up, and he's like disheveled a little bit, and he's got a few different things in his hand, but none of them are the book. He's like, I can't find it. It's gone. You know what? But it's fine. Just you can have that, and just spread the word. Just tell everybody about how awesome my puppets are.
Frostwind, no
Yeah.
T, no D. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Frostwind.
He got it right first time. That is really
Have you ever
cool.
like hung it from a tree branch and like put some strings on it and let it kind of?
Yeah, no, check it out. Can I see it?
Scare the local
Yeah.
children.
No, he grabs it, and it's got like the cross things of like what puppets have, and he's like,
So much.
and it's like fully articulated. The
Oh,
mouth
I'm so
opens, the tail kind of
discombobulated.
whips.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, they all do that. All of them, just in different ways and stuff. I made one of a night one time, and I got in a lot of trouble for that.
They really don't
They
like it
crushed it.
when we imitate them, do they?
Did it lie? Did
Yeah.
it lie all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad said he was a knight once. Nobody believed him.
That's so weird.
I don't know. He was probably, just like wanting to be a knight or something.
No, you know what? My dad said the same thing.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he fell into.
Are you my brother?
Just say same dad.
I think that's what we
Same
said.
dad?
I think, yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Today I had a cousin and now I have a brother.
Yeah.
This is a good day for me. And somebody wants one of my puppets. It's kind of a bad day because it's Ispin's funeral.
Yeah.
Are
But
you going to come to Ispin's funeral?
I'm a guest of honor, yeah.
I go ahead and put down
Yeah, I
2
think they're gonna
steel
make
on the
me say
table
something.
for the puppet.
Okay.
God, it just keeps going.
And then
My
I go,
face
well,
hurts.
I don't want to cut this meeting short with your new brother.
Uh-huh.
But if you've got your tools, we should probably get going.
Hey, Crash. I love you.
You too, bro.
Oh, wait, we have the
So
note to
good.
go back to Dude
Yeah.
to hopefully
Yeah,
get-
take that to Bart.
Yeah.
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 All
He's
right.
got some good tools to look like.
Yeah. I mean, he works with the local blacksmith, I guess. They make
Didn't even
things.
look at it. It's in a bag.
You know, it's fine.
Mhm. That definitely crossed. Mhm.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right. So I'll see you there. I'll see you at the funeral.
All right.
A little
See you,
later
Fossa.
on. Okay. Bye. Bye. He grabs a puppet and like waves. Bye.
Oh my god.
See you later.
It's a clown.
As we're walking away, I look back and I go, try backlighting him.
Okay, I will. As he's like dancing around. I have a brother. I have a brother.
So
And
like
to your
walking next to, I'm just like, man, why are humans like that? Tell me, Shep. Wasn't that more fun than that weird guy with the pipe? He's so mean.
Little brother, I wish I could explain why everything was the way it was, but sometimes we just have to accept what we are given and just live.
Yeah.
And you, sir, lived better than anyone else I know. So let us go back and hopefully get you some new job tools.
Yeah. You guys pass a couple interesting shops on your way. One of them looks like a clothing store with what appears to be some fine clothing
Ooh,
and things
didn't-
like
hey,
that.
Didn't we want to pick up some materials? Gup
I
asked
do
us to
believe
some.
Guppy asked for some silk. Yes.
Another one
Let's-
appears
let's-
to be
Let's jump in there real quick.
Any bolts of fabric as we walk by?
another one appears to be like a fishing stall. There's like some fishing poles, some fishing supplies, lines, lures, hooks, bait, stuff like that.
Do I recognize the hook that was in the big fish's mouth?
With your passive perception of 15, you do recognize the craftsmanship of these hooks. Yeah, they are all very similar.
Mental note. Noted.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and tell him that his lure failed.
And a couple other shops of note. Some food shops. There's a cheesemonger who happens to be there as well. And so you approach the clothing store.
Another fine monger, the fish monger, the cheese monger,
Yep.
and the fabric
The
monger.
Guild of Mongers. Yeah. This creature is actually. Well, you basically you see the backside of a finely dressed individual with
Say
a shock of
fine
bright
backside.
blue hair, and just peeking up from above the collar, you see some blue skin as well. And the individual turns around with striking, piercing blue eyes, no pupil, just all completely blue. But a very welcoming look on their face. Hello, my name is Nimoy. How can I be of service to you?
I just need a couple pieces of silk, really.
A couple pieces of silk for what?
Stop looking at me.
You know, wasn't told. Just need a couple lengths, preferably black, blue, and white.
Black, blue, and white
Yeah.
silk? I can certainly provide this, but it would be my deepest wish to know what for. As you can see, I am a tailor of no small renown. Look at my wares. And he
And-
kind of shows you some clothing. There's some nice fancy clothing.
And to be quite honest, I would love to tap all your skills for whatever this may be for, but a knight has simply sent me on an errand. And I'm just trying to do my duty and
Knight
get him
name.
some fabric
Remember we
for
spent 5 years in
possibly
prison
a
because
tapestry
he
or
said
a
he
flag
wasn't,
of some
he
kind,
wasn't
but not certain exactly.
A noble question.
Back to jail.
I saw, yeah.
Back to jail we go.
Hey, Guppy. Heard you been saying you're a knight again.
We
These
have,
are false
we have
incriminations.
You're a
eyewitnesses.
knight, straight to jail. You want silk, straight to jail. You go down to the halt, straight to jail.
Listen, they can't try me for the same crime twice.
Double jeopardy. So he says, a noble quest from a knight, and who am I to deny such? One moment, and he disappears. His stall is a little different. It's sort of built onto the side of a, like a Romani cart. So he disappears inside of the cart and is in there for a little bit and comes back out with several different bolts of silk that he lays out before you of a variety of different colors.
Did you give me any length whatsoever that I'm supposed to be?
I said
You
4 by
just said
6.
4 by. Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to get a bolt, go for it.
Oh no, I don't want a bolt, and I'm hoping it'll cut pieces off. I've been to Joann's Fabrics. There's a free plug for you there, Joann's.
I would be happy to cut any length that you would wish. Absolutely. Just simply express your desire to Nimue, and he will fulfill it.
4 by 6.
4 by 6 of each.
Yes.
Very good.
What would that
You,
approximately?
you mentioned
was?
3 colors. I only wish to.
Yeah.
A
I
piece.
think it was black, white, and blue.
Black, white, and blue.
There'd be a 4th one. Do you need 4 by 6? We don't have telepathy. I only know the 3 off the top of my head.
I don't even remember
Those are
saying
the 3.
anything about color.
If only I knew what beauty you were creating with these strips of silk. Nimue is so jealous indeed, but I will provide the silk for you. Okay, no problem. And
Nimue, do you do leather armor?
leather armor. Yes, I can do this. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Would you trade? I've got this like giant hunk of steel and I don't really like it anymore. But it's really pretty nice. And I like shell off my breastplate.
Linda, that is a fortune. I cannot accept this.
I know, but maybe you can make something special for me.
Something special for you.
Yeah.
Something special for all of your friends.
Yeah.
For each of you.
Yeah.
How many?
Well, there's 4 of us.
There are 4 of you.
Mm-hmm. But they don't all wear armor.
They do not all wear armor.
One never takes his plate mail off. It's
What
kind of
brings
weird.
you to the city?
Oh, his Hispin's funeral.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Here is what I will do. I will make for you the finest funeral garb that the city has seen. And your armor.
Nice.
I can have this done. It will be easy. I have a few hours, but I am very skilled. I can do this. Come
You're
back.
So confident.
Come back just before the funeral, and I will
Okay.
provide you with these clothes.
Awesome.
For you and your friends.
So one's about this big, one's about this big, one's about this big. Got it?
Could you please bring them by after just a brief moment? I can
Yeah.
get started.
Yeah.
Please bring them by.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yes. Yes. And he's like, picks up the breastplate of pure steel, which is a lot of money. And he disappears, provides you with the cloth, and you guys make your way back to the Thornwall Keep. On your approach, you notice something that you didn't notice before on the way in, and that is at the very top of the keep itself appears to be what can only be described as a catapult, but it doesn't look like any kind of catapult that you've ever seen. Most catapults have like a basket, or they're more of a trebuchet style with ropes and where they can fit like a rock or something into it and fling it. This one is different. It has a rectangular, pretty large, probably at least 15 by 10 feet wide, with roped netting tied off by leather cords and thongs, and it sits atop this keep, and the angle of it is such that it looks like it is meant to fire whatever projectiles it fires from the top of the keep to the top of the cliffs on the other side of the gate that you all came through.
Interesting.
And so that is on the top of the keep that you guys just entered. You approach. You do see the front of the gate, the portcullis. Your friends are nowhere to be seen. The portcullis itself now stands about halfway closed from the time when you had first approached it before you left.
So they, yeah. I think maybe our friends have delivered the package.
And
Becklin, this is delicious tea. I have to say. I'm sure they'll be here soon. I know it's been an hour.
I've finished reading my book twice.
It is delicious. Let us see if they have arrived.
This is lemon, right?
Absolutely, lemon cakes. I call them lemon tarts, actually. They are good. Have you noticed the hint of dwarven spirits inside of them?
Oh my gosh! Now that you mention it, I have to say this is a fine feast. You know, if my friends were here, I bet they would have enjoyed it too.
They bring me joy in my retirement.
Drinking
How long have you
dwarven
been
jello.
How long have you been baking for?
Quite some time. Indeed, ever since I retired here to the city town of Vogler, about the last couple of years.
You didn't tell us. Why are there no other Solamnic knights here?
There are no garrison of knights here. This is the appointment for me at the town of Vogler was meant to be by way of honor and retirement from my years of service as a knight in good standing. I have contacts, and perhaps should I reach out to them and summon them here, we could receive a contingent or a garrison of, not a garrison, but a detachment of knights. But it would take some time. But I am the one. It is just me.
Between you and me, I mean, sorry,
No, you're good. I will wait, brother.
Nigel
been-
Dimsmore and I lean in close, came by with the company, and they started heading south. Any word on that?
Sir Dinsmore. I am familiar with the family name, but not with the name of Nigel. Perhaps it is his father that I know. But I do not know Sir Nigel Dinsmore, unfortunately. But I do know that the knights have been moving and responding to these rumors of wars and forces gathering just outside of the city of Naraka. Have you heard of it? And with that, she reaches the portcullis, and you see your friends standing outside, Kresh waving.
So before we cut away from us before, I was going to say, hey, Kinder, last one to the keep has brought an egg, and attempt to trip him with my quarterstaff before taking off running.
Dang, acrobatics check.
So maybe at this point, you'd just see us hauling ass running at the keep at this point.
It's like
you know.
Dumb and Dumber where they're hitting each other with the canes.
Fairly certain by the time I'd go to like trip him, he would already be halfway down the damn block anyway. As
You
soon
might
as I
get
said,
me.
race you to the foot. Go
Yeah,
on.
you-
But I
you-
would love to
You
attempt
might
to.
get me.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give it a shot.
Do you want an attack roll? You want acrobatics? Do you want deception?
Why don't you give me an attack roll?
Yeah, I'm pretty easy to hit now.
Is that word armor?
Oh, it's on the floor. It's on the floor.
And it's
What
behind
What
the
we got?
curtain.
A 37?
Pay no attention to the dice behind the curtain.
Nope, it's far.
Oh, well, if it's that.
Do you recognize the swords that we brought?
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
4, 5,
what?
6.
I mean, that kind of plopped. You should give it a roll.
Bump it a little.
Let's give it a
Okay.
19.
Oh, jeez.
I liked the other one better, but still.
Hey, Kendra, last one of the keeps a rotten egg, and you go to take off running, and he
I got that.
plants his staff. Give me a dex save real quick. I just want to see what it is.
All right. Ooh, 14. No, yeah, 16.
16. You do kind of quickly put one foot and a second foot up on top of the staff, and you're like, oh yeah, like you're gonna crouching tiger, hidden dragon right up the staff, and he kind of shifts real quick and spins, and you poof, go down, and Shep takes off
Mud in the
running.
face.
Um,
I'm gonna get you.
yeah, and then you get back up, and you're able to kind of swing your hoop pack a little bit, and you catch his foot, and he kind of stumbles, and you guys kind of go like that,
sounds fun.
and that is what you guys
Yeah,
see.
I do. Hard.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right as you guys come out of the portcullis, and you guys,
Honestly, it's great to see my friend having fun.
yeah,
Like don't see it very often.
yeah,
so-
you guys are having a blast. You step outside of the portcullis, and you guys are like, yeah, our friends, They're good people. They know their business. We
They're
spent
really
the last
on the ball.
yeah
Like, you know,
yeah.
I sent them out because I can trust them so well to like get this job done. You know.
And you just see both Shep and Crash trip each other. Like one stabs his hoop back in between Shep's legs. You stab your quarterstaff in between Crash's legs, and you both just.
Nice.
Hi.
Got your fabric, Guppy.
Yeah.
A
And
little muddy now, right?
with that, we're going
Dirty.
to take a quick 5-ish minute break. So we'll see everybody when we get back.
Thanks, everybody. Live.
Welcome back, everybody, to Chronicles of the Coast, where we chronicle the adventures that the zany Wizards of the Coast dream up. And this adventure is Dragonlance, Shadows of the Dragon Queen. Our heroes find themselves in the quaint fishing village of Vogler, waiting to attend the funeral of their dear friend Ispin Greenshield. They've met various different townsfolks and members, and as our scene cuts in to where our heroes are right now, Kresh and Shep are picking themselves up from the muddy ground after having just raced to the front doors of Thornwall Keep, where our other players, Sir Guppy Grimwolf and Rose Grimwolf, are now emerging with the knight Becklin Uth Vaharan, who summoned them to the town of Vogler for the funeral of their dear friend Ispin Greenshield. And it is among this scene that we find them. Becklin says, "Look at you, Ken. They're so precocious. Have you met Frostwind yet?"
Oh man, he's like my brother.
That's what they all say.
What do you mean they?
All the Kender that come to Vogler.
I know, I'm messing with you.
Yes. But that's fine. Ispin said you had a great sense of humor.
Yeah, I gave him a lot of shit.
It is a pleasure to meet you, little one. Indeed.
Thanks.
And you, Shep? It is also a pleasure to meet you. I was sorry to hear about your people and the great loss that occurred there. My condolences.
Didn't turn my mic back on.
I do get a faraway look in my eye for just a moment, and I do choke back when I say, "Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. Not many people know."
She kind of leans in.
I don't know. Is your mic on,
check,
Shep?
check. I'm on.
Yeah, I just turned
Should
mine
be.
back on. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I'm on.
All right, you're good. Sorry, I didn't see it move, so I was. No, my bad. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm hot. My
Silence!
Hot.
No, I'm just kidding.
good.
Good.
She leans in at the expression on your face, and she gets real close. None of the rest of you can hear. And she says, "I too suffer from the dreams. They will pass." And she backs up a little bit and just kind of gives you a nod. "But for now, let us take flight. Let us go to the Brass Crab Inn. Let us drink. Let us remember our friend, and let us celebrate his life and mourn his passing. I must grab something, though, from inside the house, if you do not mind. And perhaps we should check one last time on our prisoner before we go. Does that sound prudent?"
Yes.
Just gonna ask.
"Indeed. And so we shall." And she heads inside. She heads into the kitchen area. You guys are free to roam the keep. She gives you free reign. You know, she trusts you. So
I bring some of the leftover cake to the dragonborn creature.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, you can't really use your hands too much. But you do want it in your mouth.
Don't forget, brother. The last time they breathed on us.
Well, he hasn't done it so far.
He's been gagged this entire time, brother.
Well, I mean, he can just breathe through the gag, brother.
Yeah,
Why not stop him?
You know how dragons like to breathe fire. It looks like a dragon. It's got wings. I'm just saying.
Try this cake, and I shove it in his mouth and then put it back on.
So you do pull the gag down for a moment.
Yeah, just to give him the cake.
I'm standing by ready to hit him in the face with my stick.
Welcome
With
to
my
Crit.
staff.
It speaks in Draconic, and it says, Snes Narach, which translates to roughly, "Kill me now, you coward."
Kill me now, coward.
Enjoy the little things.
It spits out your cake as much as it can before you put the gag back over its mouth.
I give him a little bit of water beforehand too.
It does accept the water, which kind of leads you to believe that these are mortal creatures that do require food and drink.
And then I give him a little bit of the booze, the 100 proof. Actually, you know what? I try to get him sloshed. If I can. I mean, he can't escape. He's super drunk, right?
We don't know the effects of alcohol on this creature's biology.
That's a
It-
good
it may-
point,
it
brother.
may
What
kill
if
it.
he dies. Yeah.
It may kill it.
Becklin comes in and she's got like
Just like
a-
force feeding him with
Yeah.
a funnel of liquor.
What are you doing? Ispin told me you have honor.
His
Why are you
scales,
torturing this prisoner?
I'm not
Get
torturing
out!
him. He wants drinks.
his
No,
scales
this
look
is no joke
dry.
to me.
It's a liquor.
This prisoner is under my guard. It is in my castle. You will
liquor.
not
It's good for
you will
them.
not torture this prisoner here. Remove yourself.
He likes it. You can't even speak
I grab my
language.
brother and I
Remove him.
remove him. I grab my brother and I pull him away. Brother,
I
let's-
put the gag back on.
The disrespect.
do you want to go back to jail, brother? Back to the mines? We just got out. Just got out.
What can we learn from a creature that we torture and get drunk on spirits and wine? What can we know?
Well,
Maybe he'll loosen up.
Loosen up. I will forgive you this transgression in my home, but only this once, sir. Please do not do so again, I beg of you.
This is the end of it. I'll never have any contact with him anymore. I won't name him. I'll ask his name though.
Do you ask his name?
Dur, 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 dur.
Did you just Durka Durka?
No.
whoa!
Okay,
I
just
said.
making
"Rr,
sure.
rr, rr, rr."
Okay.
We're not doing classic movies.
No. No, I said. "Rr, rr, rr, rr."
Team America.
Mhm.
If I can say that.
It's just a low grumble, you know. That's how in Draconic we say. What's your name, by the way?
I apologize for my outburst of anger.
No, you were right. You were right in every word. Okay, I was being a dick to this dragonborn creature. I don't even know. Whatever this thing.
Lizard thing.
Creature.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we don't know.
We don't know. No idea.
Abomination to Habakkuk.
Fair enough.
It is clearly.
I mean, we never really interrogated it. It doesn't even have a name, right?
Not our job, brother. We're not interrogators.
It has a gag on. Right.
Let's leave it to the professionals. And
You know what? Yeah, that's
we have
probably it.
we have a stop to make on the way to the crab. Got some measurements to take, and then
Bob, from this point forward. Let's go.
We haven't questioned up until this point. Why?
I'm not going to question it. We're going to get into great territory.
There will be time to question this creature after we mourn the loss of our friend.
Maybe someone will be able to, like, cast friends on it, and they'll be like, hey, we're buds, blah, 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 blah. Anyway.
It cannot escape.
I can do better than that now.
It cannot escape. I have faith.
You don't speak the language.
Okay, let us go.
Moving on.
I've brought something for us to share when we reach Ispin's funeral.
No, you're right.
Yes.
Thank you, Becklin. I forget myself.
It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. Es sularis af mythis, right? Okay. Good. We're friends again? We're all friends? Let's go. Let's go to the brass crab. Let us drink and be merry. Remember the one that we have lost. And she leads you guys down through the town square, past the marketplace. You see some familiar faces as you go. And it's at that time, of course, Kresh, that you remember that a short stop needs to be made, as Shep points it out by Nimwe's cart.
just need some quick measurements.
Yeah, so you guys do. You stop and you are introduced to a well-dressed individual, long sleeved coat, silvered buttons, some nice silver tooling down the length of the coat,
Do you
shiny
do-
shoes.
Do you do laundry? Like laundromat? Like, the silk I just got is a little bit dirty, and I was wondering if you could, like, clean it.
I guess introductions first might be in order. So this is the fine person that I traded my armor for some clothing for us.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nimue.
Not a laundry person.
Do you know how much steel that was?
Yes, I do. Just
Do I recognize this species?
It is a pleasure to meet you. Oh, give me a...
What species are you?
A?
human.
You do, actually. You don't need
all
to
right.
make a roll.
Sorry.
It's very obvious. He is an elemental creature that has been defined as a genasi. And if you had to guess, he is of the element of air. They are characterized by their light and airy movements, their pleasant attitude, their friendliness, but a little bit of capriciousness as well. And at the mention of being a laundry attendant, his eyes flash. So,
What is
are
it?
you a knight? It does not appear so.
No, I'm not a knight. And let my brother finish. What are you saying?
What does he look like? Like, what is he? Does he have? Is he dressed in clothing? Like,
Yeah,
what,
he's dressed in very fine clothing. He's dressed in a long jacket.
and we're able to like make out his facial
You're
features.
able to easily
and-
make out his facial features. He has a fine aquiline jawline with a hook-shaped nose. He's got blue and white, like blue hair with like white highlights that flow through it. His eyes with no pupil are just sky blue, and his skin itself is of various different shades of like the blue of the sky.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And his hair kind of almost blows as if in a constant slight breeze.
Okay.
No, Nimue. I need these linens cleaned. That's why I was asking if you could do it. If not, no. I apologize.
You would like these linens to be cleaned?
Yeah, do you know of any like ways of cleaning it really quickly?
As a matter of fact, I do. It's such a pleasure for you to ask, but I do not wash clothes. No, not Nimue. Never Nimue. Not that. And he snaps his fingers,
Yes.
and the soiled parts are now unsoiled.
In such fine.
I am a professional, sir. I am a tailor of no small renown.
Such fine silk. Oh man,
Nimue's clothing are sold up and down the Vanguard River.
it's almost magical the way you did that.
The wizards will hear you, sir. Be quiet, please. Do not reveal me or my secrets to them, or they will hunt me down like a dog. And I am no dog. I am no dog, sir. But step up. Allow me to take your measurements. You, sir.
I would love for you to make
first.
something of me. Shep, he knows I can fix things. He just doesn't ever want to ask me. I don't know what to do about it. I just ignore it. So,
I look at you, I look at him, I look back at you, and I look back at you. Brothers.
what do you expect? I'd be honored, sir. I'd be honored. Sorry for
Yes.
that interruption.
He directs you to a small wooden, just a small wooden crate kind of thing that you kind of step up on, and he's got a mirror on one side and a mirror on the other side, and he quickly takes your measurements, your inseam and all that stuff, and jots down a few notes, and he's got a couple different mannequins that he's got some pieces of clothing already starting to get laid out, and he's putting pins and stuff. And now you, Guppy, you step up. And he takes your measurements, and he's already gotten your guys' measurements from the time that you were there before.
Yeah, brother, help me take off my armor, and spend the next 15 minutes, and then I'll go without armor for the rest of the day, and we'll go to the inn.
Smell horrible, brother.
Would you prefer to wear an outfit that is a matter of fact? That would be fun. No, leave the armor on.
Were you going to give me a halberd or some sort?
I
of
wasn't joking.
That.
He doesn't ever take it off.
I think this would be fantastic. Yes, just leave the armor on. I would create for you something of beauty, something not seen before in these lands. Yes, leave the armor on.
You can't really make mud shiny, though, friend. I mean, you can try, but good luck, friend.
Rouge on a pig, they say, right? Am I right? I see what you did there. That was funny. Your brother is funnier than you.
I pull up my my visor. What was that?
Oh,
He said subdued elegance will fit you perfect.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I
Actually-
see style begets style.
Looking for something like that for myself.
put the visor down. Let us leave a little bit of mystery to your appearance. It would be much better, I think.
It's a
It's like
veil over
two hairy eyebrows just like meeting in the middle.
I obviously got the good looks in the family.
Quite elegant and valiant in your
Just
armor.
pock scars.
Yeah. Beneath it, well, there is beauty in all forms. That is right. Anyway, Nimue will provide. I will have these delivered. Where will you be staying?
The brass crab.
The Brass Crab, no doubt. The finest establishment in all of Vogler. It is true. There are,
You didn't have to say that.
but it is true. Nimue only speaks the truth.
Is it a brass crab?
It is a building, sir.
Well, I gathered that, Fred. But it is in the shape of a crab.
It does indeed. There is another shape of a crab. It
I'm
is a quite
excited.
interesting building, yes. I've spent many a night there drinking, making merry. Yes.
Oh, look at that, brother. They have drink
And rooms.
and crabs.
Yes.
Would be nice not to sleep on the floor.
Just hopefully
Indeed.
no crabs in the room.
There is another place to get drinks at if you wish, but you cannot stay there. It's simply more of a tavern, you know. But if you wish to consort with the locals and have a drink and maybe play a card game or two, you can go to the West Side House. But again, the Brass Crab is the finer establishment by far. And it is just that way, actually. And he points in the direction of it. Nimue will have the clothes delivered. No doubt. I can do this for you.
And this has all been
Go,
paid. This
go,
has all been
shoot,
paid for,
shoot.
friend.
I must get to work.
All right. Okay.
It's all been paid
right,
for,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Details.
May I ask you, sir?
Yes.
I have some fine offerings for you. Some colors that I think may pair well with your complexion. But the truth is, why don't you tell me what it is that you wish?
So, I want to go with a Bronchala theme. And so we need harps, we need greens and yellows.
You're a musician?
I am.
Will you
am.
play for Nimue a song later?
I would love to.
Fantastic.
Yes. And if you could throw on a sparrow somewhere that's visible.
A sparrow?
Yes, it
A noble
represents.
creature.
It represents. It's like a family crest. We'll just say that.
A family crest.
Yeah.
I will do something for you magnificent.
Thank you.
But the armor, it will not be done today.
That's okay.
But I will make for you
I would like to not look like I was been in prison for 5 years.
clothing.
Though.
Yeah, I will get for you clothes.
Thank
okay?
you.
Yes.
You're the
Okay.
best.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Depart. Leave.
Bye-bye.
Leave Nimue. I must work.
I gotta go give a piece of paper to some guy. I don't know. I ended up just trying to buy something, and it was like a fetch quest all of a sudden. I don't know.
Well, did you try, just paying him money, right?
You know me. I don't like money.
Well,
I tried
I
to
gave
trade.
Shep money.
Yeah, but you're missing the point. I like to trade, and so they sent me on an errand. So I did the errand, and I'm gonna go collect. Can we go do that real quick?
Becklin kind of speaks up. My friends, it sounds as if you are enjoying yourself in the town of Vogler, and I would be loath to stop you from encountering our various different inhabitants. And I am happy to see you happy here after your time. The Brass Crab is 2 lefts and a right down that way. I will be waiting for you. Okay? Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. Okay. And tell Bart. Suck it.
Man, this guy's hilarious. Oh,
Do you know when the funeral is? Is it
The funeral will be held just after dusk.
okay? So we have some time. I think that we
several
should.
hours time. Yes.
So I think we should complete Kresh's errands.
I just have one.
No,
Guys.
go ahead.
Good.
It's
Guys,
always just one.
with the proper tools, I can get us out of just about anything. And I just haven't really done it. We were in prison, and I couldn't have those tools. And so I'd like to get back in practice. It's been a long time since I've had some good tools.
No, yeah, Crash. I mean, I've got all this, smithing tools, but
But you don't know how to make tiny little pieces of metal like this, do you? Like tiny little that fit in locks. And
You mean hairpins?
With the proper little bends and the little teeth?
I believe he makes rivets for his armor.
Yeah, I mean,
But you gotta, have to have something for you to model it off of. You can't do it all off memory, do you? You know, like I need a one that's like exactly this big, and then another one that's exactly this big.
Hey, friend, my brother has seen a lot of lockpicks in his day. Let me tell you.
Oh, well, shit.
no, I mean, no, it's fine. I mean, we're short on time. If it's already made, then we can get in and out of here, and then go immediately over to the crab.
Bart told me to go give a note to somebody. I gave a note to somebody. I'm gonna go collect.
You didn't ask for anything else, right? Like Tinder, like any kind of cash?
Swipe right, kind of tender.
No, tender. Sorry, I misspoke there.
No.
None at all. All right, cool. I mean, this is your gig.
It's a kinder quest, brother.
We'll stand by and watch, and if things go bad, just let us know.
There's no story, and I paid money for this.
No, yeah.
I like to have things that have stories.
And
Way cooler.
with that,
see
you
this.
guys arrive back in front of Bart's
What's another 5 years in prison?
his market stall,
Stealing anything.
and he's there leaning up against the.
No, you're only purchasing lockpicks.
He's there leaning up against the stall, puffing
town
on
with
his
no locks.
pipe, and he raises an eyebrow upon seeing you.
Bart, you are way more interesting than I originally anticipated.
A little bit of twinkle in his eye.
Hi. First off, Nimue says, suck it.
Nimue, that rascal.
Yeah, and then, so does Frostwind. And he told me to give you this.
And Becklin.
I don't know, Becklin.
He takes it. He opens it. Shows it to you guys. It's a stick figure with a beard drawn on it,
Like
and like gas coming out of the butt, and it says "Barty Farty" on it.
Nice. Hilarious, right?
That was good. I got you good. You thought he owed me money. You
Yeah.
thought I didn't like Kender.
You should have seen his face.
he pretends not to like me, but he
Clearly.
steals money from me all the time.
Yeah, he said that, and then people ask for it back, and he gives it back.
He does. Yeah, he's not a bad guy, right?
No.
I see you picked up one of his puppets.
He can't put it down.
Love this thing.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, and I keep flicking it so that the tentacles are like flailing all over the place.
He's got quite the imagination, though. Claims that they're real creatures. I don't believe that, not for a second.
Well, I definitely hope something like this doesn't actually exist.
Me
This is
too.
amazing.
Me
Look at the
too.
eyes.
Mm-hmm. What did he call that one?
Discombobulatory thing? I'm not sure.
That's right.
He comes up with the craziest names. I don't know where he gets it from. Listen, thanks for doing that. That was fun. Highlight of my day.
Totally.
Here, these are for you.
Thanks, man.
And he hands you the leather lockpicking kit.
You know, everywhere I go, I'll tell the story of how I got them.
You will?
Maybe.
Well, it's
was
a
a
good
good one.
story. It's a good story.
Thank you so much for making my day so much brighter. You know why we're here, right?
I do. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank
The
you.
whole town is in mourning, really. Everybody loves that guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. I remember the time that old Ispin got me out of a tight jam. You know, I forged some armor for a knight that came by, and, well, he couldn't pay, and I got a little upset, and old Barty Farty, you know, lost his temper, and I punched that something or other right in the face. And I got arrested. Spent a night in jail. Old Ispin came through, said a few words to the magistrate, got me out in a day.
Wow.
It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, getting you out of jail's a feat. You know, he saved all of our lives.
Broke that knight's nose, though, I did.
We would have certainly been dead if not for him.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say. Good
Yeah,
man.
We
Ispin.
owe him a lot.
Good man.
Well, I hear there's no locks to be picked in this city anyway, so I'll go ply my wares elsewhere with your fine tools.
I think that's a good idea, Kender.
Thank you.
Yeah. You'll be at the Brass Crab later?
Absolutely. I'm hoping to play my way into some finer housing.
I'll see you there.
All right. Good
All
night.
right. Okay. And as you're walking away, you hear him, Barty Farty. And you guys make your way to the Brass Crab Inn.
Thieves' tools. Thieves'
Mm-hmm.
tools. Party time.
Can I just go on it? Do we know how he died? Were we ever told?
No.
Roger that.
Have not been told how he died.
I wasn't sure if it was like in the scroll, in the missive we received, or anything like that. Okay.
So you guys approach, and the Brass Crab
That's
Inn.
something you should ask Becklin, brother.
Definitely.
Yeah, it might
know?
be good information.
Seemed like something she'd probably know.
I would hope so.
I mean, she seems like a real person that's got like the thumb on the pulse of this town.
Night in a nightless town. Yep. Yeah, I agree.
The Brass Crab Inn, it's a modest single-story inn. It's on the village wharf. Its exterior vaguely resembles its
Small town.
namesake. Basically, what it looks like is a sort of spherical domicile, and jutting off from the sphere are these like outcroppings which look to be rooms, and then the entryway itself looks to kind of resemble the claws of a crab. And so you basically walk into the crab's mouth, and that's like the front door.
Yes, they walk like crab.
Yeah,
but look like people.
Crab people.
Exactly. And you guys make your way inside of the Brass Crab Inn. One wall of the circular common room features a faded mural of two enormous crabs locked in combat, inlaid with brass details.
Thing going on here.
Brother, they better have crab fights, or I'm going to be severely disappointed.
The crabs you've seen, brother, is the ones that are in your pants.
And they fight miraculously well, brother.
I heard
I
you got
assure
that from
you.
a certain woman.
Wow, Crash. You're gonna kick a man while he's low, eh?
If I had it, brother, you had it. So
Maybe not, brother. Maybe not.
You guys walk in. There is the bar is basically in the center of the spherical inn, and all the tables are arrayed along the circular walls along the outer edges. There's a couple tables kind of interspersed here and there on the main floor of the area, but the bar itself is a circular bar that's basically in the very center of the Brass Crab Inn. There is a couple serving men and women serving drinks to the patrons. It is packed in here. There is a lot of people in here already, with more filing in every moment. There is another exit to the bar, and it looks like where it does is it exits to the wharf or to the dock area along the Vingard River. So you have the way you came in, and then there's another way out, and it's towards the back side of the inn, and it looks like it exits to the dock or the pier. You guys do see a couple interesting individuals. You see really a young man who's kind of sturdy and stocky, and he's actually chatting with Becklin right now, and he's got kind of close cropped hair, except for on the top it is kind of long. It hangs down over into his eyes. It's auburn colored. He has a real easy smile and kind of a naive kind look to his face, and he's very much her junior, and she seems to be talking to him in an admonishing way. And he reaches over as she's talking to him to one of the tables and grabs a drink and starts to go to drink
Someone else's
it.
drink.
Yeah, and she grabs it, and you can't really tell what she's saying, but she basically said, like, you can't have that, basically, you know? And
'cause he's underage.
yeah, and meanwhile he's like munching on one of the cakes that she has made that has the dwarven spirits in it. A little bit of a twinkle in his eyes as they kind of have an interaction. Alongside the wall where the exit to the wharf is, you do see in fact, all of your eyes are kind of pulled to this fey, very beautiful elf. And she's sitting alone at a table, and she's got long black hair, blue skin, elven ears kind of peeking out through her hair, a ethereal kind of robe that drapes down over her form, a scarf that drapes down over her neck, a jeweled pendant of a necklace that hangs and rests just above her breastbone, and she is kind of gazing mournfully out the back door over the waters of the pier. And
Dibs.
Sorry first. And as your eyes are kind of drawn to her, and like, the music kind of stops in your minds, and the din kind of slows to a quiet hum, you hear, "Oi, mates, what can I get for you? Name's Yaomi. I'm the proprietor of the Brass Crab Inn. Step up to the bar, let me get you a drink."
Greeting, Yaomi. I am Crescendo, my friend.
Another kender.
Oh, the best. And this is my bandmates. We have Shepherd.
Pleased to meet you,
We
Shepherd.
have
Pleasure, no doubt.
Guppy and Roge and Guppy Grimble.
Wait, which one's which?
Oh,
which one's
you know
which?
which one's which.
I can barely tell.
All right.
Which one?
You know how Kinder are. They always mix up everyone's
Roche
brother, sister,
and
you know.
Guppy.
Oh, you should have left him hanging.
Groge.
Roche.
Got it.
And
Gubby.
Yeah.
And my brother, Gubby.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you, four. What brings you
You're
here?
not used to it by now?
Oh, we are here.
Formal introductions, brother.
What was that now? This isn't the time for a phone. We're in
Sorry,
a
what?
tavern, brother.
I'm sorry.
You look like a man who wants a drink. What can I get you?
Whatever's on tap.
Whatever's on tap. Oh, okay. Some fine elven wine for you, sir. Some mead. Some ale, perhaps. Maybe some dwarf spirits. You look like a man who enjoys a good dwarf spirit now and then. I think I could find some in the back.
I step up first on a bar stool and then on the bar table, and I say, "We are the band of the First Contact. We are the ones who battled the draconi dragon creatures before anyone else, and we are just out of the mines now, and we are here to party."
Let's party! And Yaomi starts serving up drinks, and she doesn't seem to be bothered at all by the fact that you've just stepped up onto her bar. And in fact, with your passive perception, you can tell that she's more than a little buzzed herself. She's been
Nice.
drinking too.
Then I start playing music.
Okay, yeah, you do. You start playing some tavern music. The patrons kind of start dancing and vibing. For those of you that are paying attention, you notice that Becklin has kind of drifted away and started talking to other people, and the youth that she was speaking to already has a cup in his hand, and he's kind of sipping on it, and he's munching on one of the jelly tarts as well. And the scene is a lively one of merriment. There's a picture of Ispin, like a painting of Ispin that's in a place of prominence inside of the Brass Crab, and people have draped various different ornaments and memories on it. There's little pins and flowers and all kinds of different things. And it is, in this scene of merriment that I think for now we will leave our players until next time when we mourn the loss of Ispin Greenshield. But for now, they're making merry. They're remembering the life of Ispin Greenshield. And until next time, and sadly, for us, that won't be next week, Chroniclers. That will be the week after. So be sure to tune in, not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, for the next live episode and the funeral of Ispin Greenshield. But in the meantime, you can satiate your need to watch our stream by going to YouTube. Chronicles of the Coast is where you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/ChroniclesOTC. We'll have some of our episodes up there as well, if that's where you want to watch and subscribe and like and love us and tell us how awesome we are and how much you enjoyed the show or how much you hated it, because we're cool. You can laugh with us or laugh at us. It doesn't matter. Either way is fine with us. Yeah, well, some of us are cool. But anyways, happy Wednesday, and until next time, we'll catch you later.